Well, good Sunday morning, people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope everybody's having a great holiday weekend. You know me. My ass is always working, and that's what I'm doing right now. Got a multitude of things. I got to do tile in 2 bathrooms, linoleum, laminate flooring through a living room, kitchen. Got to put a screen door up over there onto that thing. I got to spackle holes on the wall. Got to install 2 toilets, 2 vanities, and maybe change a window. And once that's done, I can get out of here and head back down to VA to get ready for football. It is 11 o'clock on the East Coast. We are 1 week and 2 hours away from watching the Commanders. I think the Commanders are a 1 o'clock kickoff. The Commanders have their game. And then at 4 o'clock, watch the Eagles have their game. And then it is prime time. Oh my God, it is prime time. Dallas Cowboys versus the New York stinking Giants. It will be an NFC East palooza. Is that it? Palooza? I don't know. It's going to be an event. That's all I got to say. We're going to have the 3-foot sub, chopped cheese thing. We'll have Joe Boo wings. We'll have barbecue. We'll have it. Well, I don't know. Where we got barbecue? I have to see if I have enough time because I might be all running around all the. We'll do something. Okay. There'll be plenty of food to eat as we get ready for this. So the questions are, first of all, Chris Jones does not look like he is coming in before Thursday night's game. Basically, Kansas City put a deadline for being there week 1. Short week. They're already into their game plan. And it doesn't seem like either side is budging. They are not. And so, you're now looking at Chris Jones. Allegedly, the Kansas City Chiefs offered him 3 years, $74 million. So a little bit shy of $25 million a year, which is about $6 million short of $6.6 million short of Aaron Donald. Chris Jones, 29-year-old, incredible tackle with 15.5 sacks last year. Definitely a big chunk of that Super Bowl winning team last year. They're looking for a first-round pick, and you got to pay him. So, they got a problem. Forgive me, my sinus is a little full. Reaction there. The compensation and the cost, I think it's way too much for the Dallas Cowboys. I just don't see the Cowboys going quite that high. Okay. Forgive me. I needed a V-notch trowel to put down the ceramic tile in the bathroom because I got a 1/4 inch, but this is thin tile. It's thin, and you don't want to put that much mastic behind it, so you're better off with a V-notch one. So they're like, we got one that's for vinyl and we have one that's for ceramic tile. So we're doing ceramic tile, but they're really the same thing. Be that as it may, I think it's going to be too much for the Dallas Cowboys to try and go ahead and get Chris Jones. It's just too much money. Jerry Jones and them, they like to upgrade the team, but they ain't trying to spend money, and they definitely don't want to give up with a first-round pick for a guy who's 29 years of age. Yeah, and I need to take this call. Hold on. Here's the thing about the Cowboys and Stephen Jones. Stephen Jones always says, we believe in our own guys. We believe in our own guys. Evident of them trying to keep all of their own guys for the practice squad, not going out and grabbing other people. They figure this, and maybe it's not a flawed idea, concept. They figure, are we better off having a guy who has to play for us, who knows the system and knows what we're doing, or trying to go out and get somebody who might be slightly better than him, but then doesn't know the system? And this is where last year when Stephen Jones said, we believe in our own guys. And other teams are grabbing guys left and right, left and right. That used to work better when there was more time on the field. When you used to have 2-a-day practices and the special team practices, you had more time to actually teach a player to learn the system in real time. Now the problem is you're not tackling in practice. You're not really going full speed in practice. And you only have 14 padded practices before the season, maximum. So when you bring somebody in who doesn't know your system and they have to learn the plays and how it works and how everybody is going to play, it's harder for them to be plugged in. And so as we looked at last year, the Cowboys, you had to look at it and say had lesser talent when you thought about guys like Noah Brown and other players like Semi Fioco and things like that. And you looked at it, the talking heads looked at it and said, this team is ass before the season started. By the time the season got here, of course, that's a Super Bowl team. I don't know how we went from being a team that was short on talent to them being a Super Bowl team, but that's the way they work at, the talking heads and such. So there may be a lot to that, believing in your own players. And Stephen Jones actually may be getting it right. Now, that's not to say that if you get a premier player, a guy like a Chris Jones, whose talent is so far and away better that you don't necessarily need to have him know every play. All we need to do is say, go hunt for the quarterback. Block. Just go ahead and take on the blockers and stop the run. That kind of guy doesn't necessarily need to know all of the intricacies. You can work around there and say, we got 5 things that we want you to do, and we want you to know those things down pat. But as I look at the Cowboys as currently constructed and think about where we were a year ago, there's no way that you can't help but feel good about where the team is. I feel great right now in comparison to last year. Last year, it was all smiles and everything, but behind the scenes, I'm just sitting there questioning my mind. Is this year going to be a year that we are just literally rebuilding? And we've been out here just cutting salaries? It felt that way. This year, it feels like the Cowboys have really tried to be a good team. Now, on a different note, I've been talking here with our friend Allie. Allie is an Eagle fan, although here's a funny one for you. This is funny. You might remember when I worked on her beach place in Delaware. She said she wanted her cabinets and locker room gray. I painted them Cowboy silver. Here's what's funny. So I'm doing the half bathroom down here. That's the color she picked. That's the color she picked. The second bedroom upstairs is like Cowboys blue. You think I'm lying? Because she had painters. I'm telling you, she had paint. Look at that. Isn't that Cowboys blue right there? Look. Come here. Let me show you something. Because I was like, oh, I guess you're going to be repainting this one. It's like, no, we're going to leave it that color. So that's the color she picked for the flooring, right? Now, come on. Now, she's an Eagle fan, right? She says she's an Eagle fan, but I think she's really a closeted Cowboy fan. Been down on my knees, so forgive me. It's taking some time to get up the steps here. Now, keep in mind, look at the wall color. Isn't that great? Look at the wall color in here. And she's an Eagle fan? She might have to turn in her car. Look, better yet, look at that. Are you sure you're an Eagle fan? Are you really sure you're an Eagle fan? Because I have to question it. Subconsciously, everybody loves the Cowboys, or everybody wants to be the Cowboys. Anyway, Allie has been talking about doing another tailgate, and we have been talking about doing a tailgate. And understanding that the Commanders game is the last game of the season again. Last game of the season again, which was cold and a meaningless game. So we've been talking about the Carolina Panther game, which is November 19th. Still, winter, but it's in Charlotte, which is further south, and it's a 1 o'clock game. We are looking to go to that game. I've already sent messages out to my boys, to E2 and DMV, David Wiley, of course, Allie and her man, and so on, and a couple other people, about going to Carolina to tailgate. So if you're going to that game, or you're interested in being part of a tailgate there, I'm going to set up a tailgate line. Set up a tailgate line about that, so we can start getting together and start planning that. I think what we're going to do, we're not going to do an RV trip. It's about 6 hours drive from my house. I think what we're going to do is we're going to get an Airbnb and go down like Friday, be able to cook all day Saturday, and then have the tailgate, and then stay our Sunday night and come back Monday morning. That way it's, it's a little mini vacation. So if you're interested in going to that game and interested in tailgating with us and all that, let me know. Leave a comment here in the thing, and I'll do a video about that. All right, good people. I got work to do here. I definitely got work to do here. And I'll see you soon.